Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 45-degree February the 16th. I don't know what it's supposed to be doing today. That almost looks like it could rain, but it feels very comfortable. I'm just wearing a little climb vest today. 45 degrees, man. That feels like springtime to me. But you can see like little blue outlayers all around. It's just like like there's a fog bank floating just on top of us. Sometimes I think that's just what happens. Mama, you ready to roll? All right, let's bounce. Look at these mutts out here. It's funny, Annie and Sasha take turns like scratching each other. They're like little monkeys, you know, picking at each other. But they just go back and forth. Abby and Danny in their little barn area.
And Leo and Madison up on the porch.
Yeah, can't see them. All right. It just has that very peaceful, like, happy outlook for a good day kind of a feeling to it.
All right, that's good.
All right. Whoa there, Mama.
Yes, I hope.
I don't know if that was rain or just crazy heavy fog, but it was off and on wet.
Yep, I think it was heavy fog.
Yeah, I think so too. It was at the house. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Dogs had mist on them and stuff. It's funny. Looked like they got snowed on.
I know, everything's soaking wet.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Well, Mama, we made it to hump day.
Yes, we did.
So now we're going to slide down the other side and head for the weekend.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. Is it supposed to be nice this weekend? I didn't even look.
It keeps going back and forth.
Oh. Well, could be bad, could be good.
Yeah. We'll just have to wait and see what it decides to do.
All righty. Well, anyway, let's go on in there and earn our keep.
All right. Sounds good.
Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
See if I can make some sense out of this for you guys. So this is the little smart wheel. This is the switch cluster. Here's a LIN bus that goes to the combi or the cluster. And then from there it goes to the DME. And then from there it runs down to, this is the front strut, spring strut they call it. So that communication, the information from this cluster or left-hand switch cluster talks to the dash, to the brain. You can see the link between the cluster or the combi or the cluster is CAN bus. You see the little icon right there? So that communicates with that and then sends a signal. So what I'm gonna do, hold on. All right, I turn that radio off while you and I are talking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the side off of this, pull the side off of that, just some body work to get to that connector. And then I'm gonna back his bent wheel one in next to the police bike because I only have so much room. This is actually a test lead. And what this is just an interrupter. So it links the shock. The shock thinks it's connected, but what it does, it puts these little feeders out so you can connect a meter. You never ever take a multimeter and test a component on a BMW, ever. It's like Tinder leads. You never put them on. And what this does is it makes it it's a live circuit that you're just basically sneaking into. Oh man, I remember in school some guys pulling meters out and about to test something. Oh my Lord, that instructor would freak out. But what I do is instead of, interrupting between the harness and the strut, is I plug one side into one bike and then the other side into the strut. So the strut thinks it's connected to whatever bike I choose. So in other words, this just becomes an extension lead. So I can make one bike talk to another bike and nobody's the wiser. We'll see how this comes out. You want to see something interesting? Check out how many leads, and we constantly find that we're missing leads. That whole drawer is full of test leads. And it seems like we're always missing one when you need it. Lots of very expensive tools in that there drawer. I'd hate to think what just one of those leads cost. Takes multiple T25s to get this thing done. for the quick stuff that I can zap out right quick. Only out, never use it going back in. Hand tools going back in, and there's tight spots. Then you got to have your easy red that'll allow you to get into just about anything. If you've never used an easy red, you don't even know what you're missing. The little wing thing that covers the battery first, the side cover, the scoop that goes over the radiator, the seat, of course, because one of the bolts is underneath there. That's all you gotta take off. I don't know how long it's been since he had a service done, but his bottle is below the low mark here. Well, let me show you if I can. Let's get a lot going here. All right, so can I see this with the camera? There's the wire that goes to the front spring strut. I don't know if you can see it's going into the strut. Well, that thing runs along the swing arm back here. The front swing arm runs along down the back side of it here. And ultimately, the coupler, it's in a really weird spot. Oh, that's it, coming back across the top. So it loops, and now it's attached to the frame. Actually, this is the subframe for the fairing, I think? Yes. So it's attached to the subframe that holds all the fairing stuff. That's the coupler right there. So what I'll do is disconnect this coupler, and I will go back and forth and let one bike control the other bike, and we'll see what it says. His suspension on the police bike is fully hard, and I adjusted this one to fully soft, and it's just, I mean, plush, like I was explaining yesterday. So what I'm gonna do is use his bike and see if his bike, because the police bike has a LIN bus error, and I'm guaranteeing you that's what it is. I guarantee you I can hook his front strut to this motorcycle and control his front strut. I don't think the strut's bad. I think the LIN bus controller and that left-hand combo switch is bad. We're about to find out. Now I gotta do the same thing to the police bike, and then I'm gonna set these side by side and do my test. All right, so here's the setup. This is no good, everything's fine. So we're gonna use his LIN bus, his controllers, to run this shock. So that's plugged into his spring strut. This is plugged in to his DME, which is controlled by the LIN bus that talks to the combi, that talks to the DME, sends a signal to the front strut. So these things have to be running because it makes spring adjustments. You'll get a warning on the dash saying the bike needs to be running to make the change. So let me open the doors, fire them both up, see what we get. So we're dealing with two different generations of bikes. So this one has a different menu. This has the old rider, passenger, luggage. So I have it soft, driver only. I see a service light do on this thing anyway. All right, here's the police bike. So it does it a little differently. You have dynamic mode. So road is like the softest performing one, and minimum spring. I don't know if I can film this, so watch the fork sliders. Yeah, buddy. It wasn't the shock at all. It's the LIN bus and that switch. Because now that switch with the LIN bus is controlling that front shock. How about that? My diagnosis was dead on. So the R9T is back. Nothing I did. Loves the bike, everything's cool. But when he came in, he dealt with parts and wanted levers because both of his levers are broke off. You remember they were broke off at the tips. Well, he wanted the OEM levers. Not sure why some one of the parts guys just decided upon themselves that this guy would like some aftermarket ones. I mean, the stock levers are mind-numbingly expensive. Just to give you an idea, $242. But that's what he wanted. So he's taking these cheapo aftermarket things, and he says you can just shove them right where the sun don't shine. I want my OEM levers on there like I asked for. So anyway, so that's all it's in here for, is for me to take those aftermarket ones in. Good thing I save all parts for customers. So I got the broken OEs in here. So they're snapped off. And we're gonna take those off and give those back to the parts department, and they can do whatever. So that's it. Other than that, he's really happy. Gotta love that. OEMs, you know, the nice thing about the OEMs, they come with new bolts and the little brass bushing thing that hydraulic clutches have. Everything's all new. At that price, something should be new, huh? There it is. He's happy, but he had to return. And it wasn't service related. Yay! How about that? Scramblers are so fun. I love his little kit he's got going on there. The little bags. And dude, that's so cool. I don't want to get too close to him. Hey, that's 511 stuff, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, there's nothing identifying. Oh, that's the company. I don't know who that is. I wonder where he got the little flag from. Look at that. You know, I actually do have an extra one of those. That one looks like it got a little sun bleached. I love that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's fuel or water. Probably. Well, I don't know. I ain't looking either. But cool. Yeah, he's been out there riding around. Got Pacific Northwest rain grunge all over it, all done already. That's so cool. All right, let's get it back up to him. He's up there waiting. I got it all back together, and I didn't even wipe off any bugs. Of course, they're all facing forward. I was on the side of it. So, yeah, I'm really happy that turned out to be that simple of a thing. Well, I say simple now that I figured it out. I did learn some stuff about digging around in the BMW diagnostic thing. There's a lot of info there. Sometimes it kind of leaves you hanging. You just gotta definitely read between the lines with those things. The weirdest thing is trying to search for something. They tell you, search for this. You know, they tell you to search LED LIN bus controller, and you pull it up and it says that doesn't mean anything. So you got to figure out what they call it. What they tell you to search for doesn't mean that's what you call it. You got to come up. It's crazy. But I've talked about that before. But they are the way they are. They definitely keep you thinking all the time, that's for sure. Anyway, got a switch coming for it. That'll be the end of that. Now, what I was supposed to be doing all day today is we got the special tools, which I showed you yesterday. Start getting the cams and everything back in this thing, get her timed, and get him down the road. All right. Look at this. 609.
Got that cloud pushing down a little farther.
That'd be even brighter yet. Once we got to Kelso, I mean, it was almost dark, like you see underneath them clouds over there.
That's not a mountain, that's a cloud.
Yeah, and it just broke free. And here we are, driving into Toledo, and it's beautiful. Yeah. I thought it was going to pour down rain on the way home.
Wasn't quite sure.
But look at this. Before you know it, next month, the clock will spring forward 1 hour, and this right now would be 7:09 at the moment. I don't know what sunset is.
Yeah.
It's getting later, though. Yeah. Nice. Can't believe we're pulling in here, and still you can see around. Well, hello there, YouTube. You see the moon coming up?
It's trying to.
Yeah, it's coming through behind the clouds. There's still a very little bit of twilight out there. Man, I love that feeling that you know spring is just about to go. Oh, spring is sprung.
Yeah, it's a coming.
Heck yeah. Nice long days, crazy long days.
A lot of long days we have.
Yeah. You get that really long dry spell. Well, I shouldn't say that because sometimes you have summers that are mostly wet.
Yeah.
It happens every once in a while. It's like a 4-year cycle or something. It was. I don't know. Things are changing so fast.
Well, who knows what it's going to
Yeah,
be.
these crazy hot summers in Northwest don't like that. She likes to try to eliminate some trees when it's hot and dry like that.
Yeah, she gets kind of tindery.
Yeah. Man, we've had some crazy forest fires the last few years.
Let's hope
Do you
we don't
remember
have those again.
us coming back on the old special series, the old lipstick RT coming back from Bodega Bay and all that smoke?
Yeah.
God, we just got on the other side of like weed coming north. Got up next morning and it's like, oh no, the forest fires. It was so nice once we got down there. That was great. That was such a nice break.
Yeah, that was nice.
Such a peaceful little town. That was really nice. Mom?
Yes, I have.
I reckon we should. Why the silence all of a sudden?
I don't know. Dogs will.
They all went quiet all of a sudden. Maybe
haven't
that
come
moon's
out.
coming up and they're going, oh. Means werewolves gonna be out.
Yes.
That's when Abby grows extra hairs and longer teeth.
She gets scary when she does that snarling.
Yeah, she
thing.
can have a look, like if she don't know who you are,
Yeah.
man.
Or she doesn't want Leo to steal her spot on the chair. She does that little growl and snarl. She pulls it all back and all you see is like black gums and big teeth. And it's like, don't do that. You look too scary.
That
Knock it
lab that they have in them, they have the black tongues and black gums.
off. Yeah.
That's a creepy look when a dog snarls up and they got black gums. You're going, devil's
Yeah.
in that dog.
That's an evil dog.
Yeah.
You tell her knock it off and she goes, all right.
Yeah.
She's such a
Madison's
goof.
she really gets scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah, all
she's
the dogs are.
when she's like alerted by something. Man,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mess with that for nothing.
No, she's got a snapper that's like instantaneous. Just snap.
It's funny when she snaps at bugs. I don't know how she has any teeth in her
Yeah,
head.
all you hear is this. I mean, it's such a bone crunching
Yeah,
snap.
pop, pop, pop of her teeth. It's like, dang,
Damn.
girl.
Make
Let
mine
me look at
out
your
hurt.
teeth. You have any
Yeah.
left in there? It's crazy.
Crazy dog.
Anyway, Mama, let's roll.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah.
We'll see you in the morning.
We'll see you then. Thanks now. Bye-bye.